everybody, 'tis I. I want to talk about skincare after the age of 50. I could go back sooner, but why would I? I guess I want to just talk about the changes I've noticed and the little tricks of the trade to help you clean up clean up various things. And I'm just talking primarily about my face. I am 54 years old. My birthday's in May, and I was born in 1970. So there, and I didn't look around, so you know I'm telling the truth. Anyhow, my grandmother, my maternal grandmother lived to the age of 100, and she always looked young. My mom always looked young as well, so I'm not saying it's not in the genes because it probably is. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't know how this happened. I don't have a lot of wrinkles. Um, I don't know why. I never really used anything special when I was a kid. I used to tan every day. Um, and never really cared about SPF until maybe I was in my 30s and I started doing more skincare. I think years ago I just used to use St. Ives, then put on an SPF and makeup, maybe a little bit of mascara and eyeshadow and did my brows. But for the most part, I don't think I really got into really being diligent with my skincare until I was in my 40s. So, anyways, I want to tell you just some things I've noticed on my skin that has really been significant over the past 4 years, maybe since I turned 50. I noticed along my cheekbones here that I got these like I started getting blackheads and started getting just pimples along this area. And I'll tell you when I noticed it, what I did was I got a magnifying mirror and I put a really bright flashlight up against my skin so I was magnified by 30, and I noticed I had a breakout zone and I thought, holy cow, where did those all come from? So I went and got a facial. For facials I go to normally a school that were a Veda school or any kind of school, and they're only 20 bucks. So but they do really good facials, so I got cleaned up and I started to have to take better care of my skin. I at night I wash all my makeup off. I take my eye makeup off and use a just a gentle scrub. Um, I use various skin products, and then sometimes I do put a cream on at night, and sometimes I don't. Depends on if I remember or not. And in the morning I wash my face again and I do my routine. But now I use an SPF, so it's kind of different. So I just noticed regarding facial hair that I my facial hair started getting darker in certain areas. And so I noticed also that I started getting whiskers. And I noticed in certain areas of my body I'd have a long hair to yank it out. So that's what I noticed, but it wasn't until I got a magnifying mirror and a flashlight I started noticing all these things. So anyways, that's what I started doing is I started getting facials. I started paying better attention to my skin. I remember meeting a girl years ago who was probably 40 and she looked like she was 20. I said, what do you do? She goes, no matter what, I take my makeup off every single night because if you leave it on, it ages you by 5 days. I don't know, something like that. Um, but other than that, I never really had a problem with wrinkles too much. I do notice some of them coming in a little bit, but whatever. Um, I don't know. Let's see, what else do I notice? I'm trying to think really. Oh, another thing is, I never smoked when I was younger. And then when I turned 30 ish, I had a friend. I would kind of hang out with her every Friday and she'd smoke. And I realized I got a buzz from smoking. And so then every Friday I'd go and have a cigarette or two when I was with her. But then I realized I became dependent on it. So I had to quit. And so I think it's because I've really avoided drugs. I was never really a drinker. I don't put toxic substances in my body unless once in a while it's a Starbucks Frappuccino. Something like that. I don't do anything special regarding food because lately I've been slacking and I'm trying to get back on track. So I don't know. I can't really tell you what else, but that's what I noticed. I noticed just along here, lots of breakouts, more facial hair, mustache, whiskers, and I'm naturally like grayish blonde. The hair that grows in is dark. So whether it's once in a while I'll see one on my arm or on my leg or whatever, um, I just noticed the hair is just darker than normal. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about. I don't do anything special. I think it has to do, oh, another thing is the happier you are, the less wrinkles you're going to have. Maybe more along the laugh line, but you won't have the frowny face wrinkles. So it has to do also with good night's sleep, lower your stress, hang out with kind people, block people that mean you harm. There's a lot of things you can do to lower your stress. And so those are some tips I wanted to share. I hope this helps, and I'll be back.